incroyable que tant de gens l'aient connu. Toutes les plus grandes figures de l'histoire. Pourquoi personne ne se dit cela? Je voulais partager le secret avec le reste du monde. Je me suis mise à chercher qui de nos contemporains connaissait le secret. Un par un, ils me sont apparus.
Sachez que ce secret vous donne ce que vous voulez. Bonheur, santé, richesse.
Vous pouvez avoir, faire ou devenir ce que vous voulez. Choisissez.
Hello. Wow. Good evening, everyone. How's everybody doing, Pastor Edward?
Good evening.
Good evening.
God bless you. Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Hi, Nick.
Hey.
Hi, Tin. I'm happy to see you. It's Novelette. Wow, it's Carol, it's Unique.
Novelette.
Wow. Novelette, yeah. Okay, so we welcome everyone. Leader Pedro Baku from Brazil. Oh my God. So we have a lot of leaders. We have a lot of people so far. So we need more people, more and more and more. Please send the Zoom link. We're going to have a special guest, a doctor that's going to talk to you. Wow. We're going to have a doctor on the call tonight. So we welcome you. Guys, please share the link. We don't want to come here and we invite a doctor to come and talk to you about Atomis products. And then that's all you can do? No. Please share. Share the link with all your team members, and we are going to have a blast tonight. So before we do anything, everybody has their hymn ready? So we do hymn time? So we need to do hymn time because, we don't want nobody sleepy tonight. So get your hymn. We're going to do hymn time. Hymn time. Wow, look at our upline. This Jean has her upline, hymn already. So any of you have your hymn? Get your video on and get your hymn going because we're gonna have a blast tonight. Okay, on the count of 3, Miss Jean already started. 1, 2, and 3. Go! I'm done, you see? Wow. It went down very well. So now I am ready for Pastor Edwards and his invite tonight. So please give a big round of applause for Pastor Edwards every Monday with us. We appreciate you. We love you. Big round of applause
Thank
for
you.
you. Okay?
Thank you. Hello.
Welcome.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Wow, I'm very excited to be here on tonight. As a matter of fact, I'm so excited. I'm going to just give a toast to everyone on this evening. Yes, I have that juice on this evening, and I'm going to follow my hymn with a half a cup of this noni juice, about a couple of ounces. It's been super great. I tell you.
Huh?
It's noni time. It's noni time. It's noni time. And there are those that are on this Zoom that's been calling me about how this noni has really impacted their life along with that hymn. So to noni time, indeed.
Be ready next Monday to do noni time.
Indeed. Oh yeah. Yeah, we can do hymn and chase noni time. And speaking of noni time, we started a movement, and it's called Compassionate Healthcare Provider. And it's an educational series where healthcare providers like doctors, medical doctors, naturopathic doctors, you got nurses, you got LPN, anybody that's out there, they could be EMS, emergency crews, CNAs, if you have a compassionate heart towards people health, that's what the movement is all about. It's interesting. They start out, this has been going on for about 2 weeks. They start out, everybody's wearing their white coats and everything. And I told them now, no stethoscope now. All white check is okay, but we, no stethoscopes. but not examining anybody. Okay. So they have really, really enjoyed it. And it's been very impactful, very impactful. I mean, it's like very impactful. People have been buying that, the health pack. They've been buying the noni juice. They've really been reaching out. And we want to share a little bit of that with you on this evening. So I really hope that you have invited guests on here this evening. It's going to be very impactful. Let me tell you something. I kid you not, and I do not lie. But next time, or should I say on Thursday, on Wednesday, about 7 o'clock, hey, I will be meeting with Eddie Murphy at 7 o'clock p.m. He tried some of the glucose care. Oh my God. He's like, why isn't this on the store shelves and everything? Like, we'll talk more about that. So we made an appointment to talk this Wednesday, 7 o'clock p.m. That's going to be a good thing. So who knows? Hope he comes aboard. Definitely. So, but right now, what I want to do, like I say again, I want to share some moments on this evening. And this is what Dr. Wiletha Williams. I'm going to do the intro on here. And what she brought to the table, you're going to get a chance to experience that. And then after the product training, she will be available live to answer any questions, any feed, to receive any feedback, but for everyone to just how should I say, just have a good time on this evening and be prosperous from it. We want you guys to prosper from it, to be able to reach out. We do have a video that's on YouTube that you can share with others, the same teaching that will open up the eyes of others. So, hey, let's jump right into it. Okay. But we're going to first start out with a fantastic testimony about that noni. Okay. Let me pull up and see, go here to share my screen. Here. So we're here to share information so that you will be inspired and empowered. Share testimony. When I share testimony, Can everybody hear the video?
We can't hear anything and we don't see anything. It's just a gray screen.
Oh, it's just a gray screen. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, let's go back. Okay, thank you. All right, thank you very much. Let me go here. And it's just a gray screen. Can you see the screen now?
It just says you started sharing, but nothing yet.
Okay. Can you see it now?
No.
Interesting. Your screen, it says my screen is paused.
Yeah.
I would love to share my testimony. I had the pleasure of.
What about Dan? Could you see it, Dan?
No, stop and show it again.
No, we're not hearing it.
We're not seeing anything.
No.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Let's go here. I chose my screen. Now you should see it now, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, yes.
Can you hear it? That's been flowing in based upon the information that was shared. So yes. We're here to. Okay. All right. Sorry for the technical difficulty. Share information so that you will be empowered. And I would like for Belinda to unmute her mic and share a testimony. And we always want to, share a testimony to, let people know that, hey, It works if you work it. So, Belinda, would you share your testimony at this time?
I would love to share my testimony. I had the pleasure of having, unfortunately, COVID twice within a year's time. I just recently got over COVID 11 days in. I was diagnosed with it the second time on last Monday. And I had the pleasure of having it without Atomy products and the pleasure of having it with the Atomy products. And let me tell you, it makes a huge difference being on the Atomy products. But when I first caught COVID the first time, I wasn't on the Atomy products. I suffered from the shortness of breath, the flu-like symptoms, diarrhea, vomiting, not being able to eat. I had insomnia for 3 days. I could not sleep. My head was banging and hurting profoundly. And I am a holistic person, so I take vitamins every day. I was already taking vitamin C, zinc, the normal things that they were telling you to take, and I still had these symptoms. After having COVID 2 months later, I still had lingering effects from the COVID. We had the Delta variant the first time. And a friend of mine, she came over and she brought me a flyer along with a box of HemoHim, and she told me about it, and I read the flyer, and it said that it would help with the lingering COVID effects and also some allergy issues, which was our number one problem because everybody had congestion, everybody had nasal activities and swelling and allergies, sneezing, running water eyes. It was so bad to the point I could not walk outside without it flaring up. I couldn't go on my normal 30-minute walk. It took me a while to get back to walking again every day, which is something I was used to doing before COVID with no problems, never had allergies or anything. But I tried the box of HemoHim. Within 2 hours of taking 2 packs of the HemoHim, I felt relief. And this is something that my doctor couldn't help with because they have given me injections. They have sent me to the ear, nose, and throat specialist. The only thing they could tell me was, hey, it's going to take some time because you had COVID. It's going to take some time for everything to get back right. But the HemoHim helped and gave me relief within 2 hours. So I've been sold on Atomy since then. I've been on Atomy products for a year now. Faithful Atonement. And when I caught COVID this time, it was a difference in it because I wasn't that sick. I had some muscle cramping that was very bad. It set my blood pressure up to 206 over 106. Because I'm in holistic medicine, I was able to do some things to get it down, but I couldn't get it no lower than 156 over 96. It was always running within that range. So I did what normal people did. I called my doctor the next day and I told her what was going on. But because I tested positive for COVID, she didn't think it was a serious issue. We just blamed it all on the COVID. But the blood pressure being that high for me, who never ran high blood pressure ever before, always had a blood pressure running between 120 over 76 or in the 70s, that was a problem. But when I talked to Pastor Edward, he told me about the anointing juice. And we ordered 2 bottles of this juice. And it couldn't get to me fast enough. But the first time I got it, opened the box, took the anointing juice, I really didn't see a major change in it. But after being on that juice for 1 day, my blood pressure came down. And it has not risen back up since then. It's been 11 days in. Now, my blood pressure is better than it was when I had COVID, before I had COVID. I was running in the 120s. Now I'm running 118 over 66, which is good. And I'm very happy and sold on it, that Atomy products. And not only that, I'm walking, which I couldn't walk the first time for a while. On my 6th day, I was walking 30 minutes. No allergy symptoms, no problems, no breathing issues, none of that. And I faithfully take HemoHim, vitamin C, and milk thistle, a lot of the Atomy products. But what really got me is my brother, who never takes the Atomy product. When he first started trying getting the symptoms, he decided to take the HemoHim. I gave him a box of the HemoHim and 6 packs of vitamin C. He was having simple problems with chills, headaches, laying down in the bed. He couldn't get up. He had to call off of work. So he took 4 packs of the HemoHim and 3 packs of the vitamin C. He went to sleep. Within 2 to 4 hours, he got up out the bed. He was feeling fine, no problem. Took a shower, never complained about having any more issues. The next day was cutting grass. I'm sold on Atomy products, and he's sold on Atomy products. He's a member now, signed up, and we're looking to get him started and sharing it with other people. So we are changing our home into an Atomy home, one product at a time.
Right. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much. That is awesome. You guys, we have that. We have it in our cabinets. You know, we have it in our cabinets covered, however you on our shelves. We have that. You know, there are a lot of things that are going on that are autoimmune diseases. We need to have that foundation, and that is so. She just kept going and going with those testimonies from her to her brother and everything. Hey, Belinda, I'm very excited, very happy for you, and I'm sure there are more on this call at this time that probably have testimonies. But what we're going to do is we're going to get into our speaker at this time. Why? Because on this evening, we're going to have a Ask the Doctor. We got to take our time and ask the doctor about a few things on this evening. I want you guys to have the information that you need to be successful. Okay? So right now, I am going to do a little, we're going to bring on Dr. Wiletha Williams, who is a certified holistic health practitioner with the American Association of, what's that, drugless, okay, practitioners, drugless practitioners, has earned a degree of doctorate of neuropathy and has been practicing over 20 years. 20 years. We have some 20 years. Dr. Wiletha Williams is dedicated, and I know I'm a witness, to helping you reach your desired wellness goal. Your desired wellness goal by simply shifting your lifestyle choices to better support your good health. She is the founder or director of Georgia Holistic Center, based here in Atlanta. And she might be based here in Atlanta, but I'm telling you, she do take calls. She do take Zoom. She is known around the nation, and probably even outside of the nation too, like Canada and UK. So she's always been global minded, and she's always been, let's say, just reaching out, to anyone that want to shift their lifestyle and make better choices. Okay? So everybody put your hands together on this evening for Dr. Wiletha Williams. Indeed. All right. And Dr. Wiletha, I have made you promo. You're able to share your screen, and all you gotta do is just unmute your mic, and you're good to go.
Okay, all right. I'm learning. Thank you so much. I'll tell you what, I was excited when you invited me to come, but now I'll tell you what, I'm even more excited, not just for what I know, but for what we've already heard so far this evening. I'm telling you, these testimonies, they always tell us that the facts tell, but the stories really sell. And those stories are selling me to make me want to just, hey, I'm going to drink some noni right here, okay? So I can tell you what, I'm excited. I have a background, and I just want to thank you guys for inviting me here tonight. And thank you, Pastor, for that introduction. And I hope I live up to your expectations. But, I've been doing this for some years. And I tell you, I've looked at a lot of different products over the years and a lot of different companies. So this isn't my first rodeo, but I'm here to tell you I'm very impressed with the Atomy Global Mall. I'm very impressed with each one of the products that I've been introduced to up to this point, due to the fact that they have so much research behind them and they are working so well. And even more importantly, they are so affordable. When they say absolute quality and absolute price, they mean it. And so this is something that everyone can afford, because a lot of times we get into companies and the products look good and everything, but people just can't afford it. But we have found that with Atomy, everything is priced so economical and so reasonable until everyone can avail themselves of it. And, you know, right now in the world that we are in, with the atmosphere and the climate, with so many viruses and, you know, just unknowns that we are being exposed to, it's more important than ever to build a solid foundation of health for ourselves. You know, I was thinking earlier, I was like, if you are swimming and you are out, well, no, I'm just saying, if you are caught and you are out in the lake, which would you rather have? Would you rather be able to know how to swim, or would you just want to wait there for somebody to throw you a life preserver? Let that sink in, okay? But this is what this is all about, is being able to swim for yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to be only reviewing 4 major products. So don't think that this is all there is, but we're just going to focus tonight on the best kit. And I'm going to start here with sharing my screen. And I'm going to talk about our #1 product, because they're selling this product all around the globe and people are getting results. And if you want to, I mean, you can research it on YouTube and you can almost put in HemoHim and almost any challenge, and there's someone on there giving a testimony of how the HemoHim has helped them. So don't be like I was. I'm going to make a confession, because my friend brought it over here the first time, and I was like, oh, no, I don't think I need it. It didn't taste good. And, you know, I just wasn't in the mood for it. And so it took me some months to realize what this was all about. So don't do that. Go ahead and jump right in and just do your homework and find out what this HemoHim is all about. All right, now I know how to share my screen. Let's see. I think I do. Okay. Is this? Let's see. Okay. No. Okay. HemoHim, where are you? HemoHim. It's right here. Okay. All right, let's see. We're going to just look at it from the standpoint of where we are and where we want to go. And
right now we see your email.
You don't see the HemoHim PowerPoint?
Right. You probably have to stop sharing and then click on it. Right now we see your email. We're looking at your browser.
Oh no. New share. Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Okay, I need to open that up first.
Okay.
Now, is that better?
Yes. Yes, we're there.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Oh, okay, you're here. All right, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so here we are. Okay, I want to go. Okay. I didn't say I was a technical person, right? I'm a naturopathic doctor. I help you with your health, but I'm trying to
do what you do.
Okay, HemoHim. Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
Here we are. Okay, it's an herbal extract. That's what I was trying to get to. That's a big thing. Okay, it's not a chemical, it's not a drug. Remember, I'm with the drugless practitioners. So this is what you're looking at is actually a 1 month supply. Each one of these boxes has packets in there. So this is a 1 month supply if you take 2 a day. But herbal extract, dietary supplement. Now, we need to supplement because there's no way we can get everything we need from the foods that we're eating and the drinks that we're drinking. So this is a supplement. That means something that helps us, okay? It's about your immune system, okay? And that's what I was getting at when I was saying the climate that we're in, there is no answer for most of the health challenges that we're facing. There really is no answer. So we have to answer by having a strong foundation, and that strong foundation is based on our immune system being able to defend our bodies. So this is 8 years of research to come to this. They were having this problem. It was happening in Korea, and they were having a problem. Even the doctors were getting sick and having health challenges. So they started researching. It's like, hey, we got to do something. And so they actually came up with this herbal extract as a result of that research. And this herbal extract, Hemohim, is patented in Korea, USA, Japan, and throughout Europe. So it's not just something that somebody accidentally cooked up in grandma's basement. This is research, scientific research. Okay, these are the main herbs that are in there. I know you probably might not be familiar with them, and I wasn't either, but they work. You have that Angelica, Cenidium, and the Paeonica japonica. So that's what's in it. Test results. Just being exposed to these herbs, these raw materials, you got NK cell activity, you got enhanced cytokine production, and immunocyte activity. All this is saying that the body is stronger and is being able to meet the challenges that the body is facing. Okay, this is just a timeline of the development. The Food and Technology team in Korea, Atomic Energy Research Institute, went to work. Okay, they developed the Hemohim. Okay, and believe it or not, when they first came out with it, they were making it. They had a factory, okay, and the cost was about $700 for that box. So you can imagine they were not selling very much of it, okay? But it was recognized as being a very, very important supplement. It was approved. And then what happened was our president of Atomy and founder came along and said, I believe I could sell this. And I could sell more of it, but we need to adjust the price. And that is what happened. They were able to adjust the price and begin to sell it through Atomy. Because without Atomy coming along and commercializing this Hemohim, it probably would never have made it to the market because of the pricing, and they wouldn't even be able to keep that factory going at that price because they couldn't sell enough. But as soon as Atomy came on the board, and all the numbers began to line up. So that is a very important step. Here's some of the recommendations. Okay, this is just the beginning, guys. Athletes, recovery, housewives. Well, you can say exhaustion. I like that word. You didn't say tired, you say exhaust. Okay, office workers, students, elders, energy. And I can tell you my experience has really brought back an energetic balance to my life since I started using it. So we know that it works. Here is the codes. Of course, they were talking earlier about the PV. So you can just get an idea that one set, which is 1 month, is worth that 54,000 PV, and there's your member price, not $700, it's less than $100, okay? So that, I want to just say, we definitely want to introduce this Hemohim. It is the biggest seller globally for this company, Atomy. People are using it throughout Asia, not just South Korea, all the Asian countries throughout Europe, South America, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, as well as now here in the United States of America. So we're excited to have it and to be a part of the Atomy family. So I know you may have some questions, but we're going to just keep all our questions until the end. So I'm going to introduce these other 3 items, and then we'll be ready for your questions. So if you need to jot it down, go ahead and jot down your questions, because I don't want you to forget. But we want to introduce these 4 items before we do our questions. Okay, so now the next one we're going to look at here. Why do I always start at the end? Okay. And I tell you what, this is so cool. Color food vitamin C. And when I saw that, I was like, color food? What are they talking about? Color food. I mean, I've studied vitamin C, and we know that we have to have that vitamin C every day because it's water soluble and it flushes through your body each and every day. So you have to have a daily supply. But I was wondering, what was color food vitamin C? But guess what I found out? 5 representative color foods are included in the sources for this vitamin C. And they all bring these phytochemicals. Because see, each one of the colors brings a different phytochemical. And they each do different things in the body. So very, very important that we get all of them. 5 a day campaign. So these are the 5 color foods. And white, you get your garlic, onion, those are examples of the white color. That's a source of vitamin C. You got the black beans, seaweed, black sesame. You have the green, broccoli, mugwort, sesame, red, strawberry, pomegranate, tomato, and you have yellow. And these are just examples. These are not all the foods in these particular colors, but these are just some examples to give you an idea of the different colors. Mango, tangerine, pumpkin, turmeric. So it's all represented in this supplement, this color food vitamin C. Pigments. They are the phytochemicals. They have lycopene, anthocyanin. Each one of them has something special that it brings to your body. And any one of them that's missing can result in a deficiency, which actually, this is how imbalances occur, and immune system can be compromised, and then it leads on to different challenges. So color food, that is what the color food is all about. This is the color food vitamin C, 7 types of color food. And the packet gives you 500 milligrams. And of course, you could actually use more than one of these packets. They are delicious. I even tried it with my granddaughter, and she loves it. She said, "Granny, it tastes like lemonade. It's a mango flavor." And so everyone loves it. It's easy because, a lot of times we think that in order for something to be good for us, it's got to be difficult. It's got to be a pill to swallow or, something nasty tasting. But this is delicious. It's easy. You just tear it open, put it in your water, give it a stir. It dissolves right away and you drink it and it's refreshing. So this is our color food C. Why do we need C? We know it, okay? Here's one thing. Why vitamin C is essential. The main source is fresh vegetables and fruits. But we know that our food supply, as we know it today, can be compromised because vitamin C is one of those nutrients that's very sensitive to the elements. In fact, they've actually done surveys in the supermarket, and you think of something, when you think of vitamin C, you might think of an orange. They've actually looked at an orange that's been sitting there under the fluorescent lights in the supermarket and found 0 vitamin C available. So you don't know what you're getting. You think you're getting nutrients, but some of our fruits and vegetables may look good and they may taste good, but they might not even contain what we're looking for. So that is another thing. And they're saying cooking can destroy vitamin C. Okay, so the research has shown that vitamin C from food and supplements are very similar in the body. So this will make a difference. And remember, this is water soluble, so you have to have it every single day. The body is going to absorb what it needs. The excess is lost through urine. Vitamin C, these are the main three functions. Maintain connective tissue formation, connective tissue. And that, when you say connective tissue, it's not just blood, it's blood vessels too, okay? So all the tissues must have this vitamin C. Helps with iron absorption. And this is one of the things we face over the years is people coming in with iron deficiency. And many times it's not that they're not getting iron, it's they're not getting vitamin C so they can absorb the iron that they are taking in. Okay, protect cells from free radicals. Free radicals, this is what we're getting from every direction. Free radicals we can be getting it from the water, we can be getting it from foods, especially if you have processed foods or foods that have additives, but you can also be getting free radicals from the very air we breathe, and we can't avoid that. So we're going to be exposed to free radicals, and we need to protect ourselves from these free radicals. So that is your vitamin C. All right, we've done 2. Let's go to number 3, which is going to be right here. And they're going to do this bottom thing again to me. I didn't do it. And that is probiotics. Probiotics. We are so accustomed to hearing antibiotics. But believe it or not, probiotics are maybe more important than antibiotics. Because remember, when you hear antibiotics, what does that tell you? Against bio-life. That's something that kills off a lot of stuff, okay? And of course, we're taking it usually because we have something that we want to kill off, okay? But probiotics support our body in so many ways, untold ways. Your immune system and so on and so forth. So this Atomy probiotics is amazing. It tastes great. You don't have to worry about the refrigeration. It's just easy, as all of our supplements are easy, okay? You have 10 different strains. And that's very important because a lot of times when they say probiotics, they're giving you one little thing. And that's not the way it works. You have to have each one of these different probiotics. They have different names and they have different functions. They do different things in the body. And you have to have them in order to be balanced, okay? They inhabit different parts of the gut. They don't all sit in one spot. Look here. Atomy probiotics are giving you 10 billion CFUs, 12 different probiotic strains, 3 types of prebiotics. Okay, now we just introduced another word, prebiotics. What do the probiotics need to survive? Prebiotics, okay? They're giving you Lactobacillus acidophilus. That's the one that is so important for your digestion. And that L. Ramos, they found that's the one that the lean, the thin people have a lot of that. So we definitely want to have a lot of that one. Symbiotics. What's symbiotics? Probiotics plus prebiotics. We need it because when you get the probiotics, you want them to survive. So we're going to give them the food that they need to survive in your gut, in your body. They are already here with the probiotics. What are probiotics? Yes. They improve your gut microbiota. And you have pounds of this, okay? But when there's an imbalance in those probiotics, it can affect so many things, including your immune system. Even your mood can be affected by an imbalance and a lack of the right probiotics. Here are some of the just four top benefits, okay? Balance of gut bacteria for what? Your digestion. And you know, so many people are having digestion issues today. It's just amazing. From constipation to diarrhea to leaky gut. I mean, it's a problem, okay? So probiotics are an answer for this. Diarrhea, bloating, okay? Your immune system, some researchers have said that 80% of your immune system is determined by your gut biotics, by your probiotics. 80%, that's like most of it, okay? And here we have vaginal and urinary tract infections. That can be a troublesome, reoccurring situation. Probiotics will decrease that situation. Okay, we said 12 different types. The Lactobacillus 7 type, Bifidobacterium 4 types, and Streptococcus 1 type. So it's not just a one-stop shop. We have a variety here. And this is breaking it down. I'm not going to tell you every single one of these because you're not going to remember that anyway. But the thing you remember is that it's complete, it's comprehensive as far as probiotics. The prebiotics, you remember that they come with the probiotics so that these probiotics can survive. And 3 types of prebiotics here is the inulin, sunfiber AG, and the vitafiber. This is what the probiotics need. So if you get the probiotics and you don't have the prebiotics, your probiotics won't survive. So this is to ensure the survival of the probiotics. Okay, fast melting blueberry flavor. Isn't that something? Delicious little powder. You just put it on your tongue, put it in your mouth, eat it, and you're done. So very easy, as are all of our Atomy supplements. They make it easy. You can just put this little probiotic, put that little pixie stick in your pocket or purse and have it with you when needed. Store it in a cool, dry place, okay? Keep away from children. If you're pregnant, nursing, you know the regular. So that's what this is all about. And here are the codes on the probiotics. And as I said before, it's reasonable. Members price, $34, that's a normal price for a probiotic. If you actually went out to, I don't know, whatever your local health food outlet, $34 for probiotic, and it probably will not meet the standard of this Atomy probiotic. So that is amazing. So there you have probiotic, okay? We have one more item that we're going to cover tonight, and I'm going to get over here, and that is our newest addition, and that is a noni concentrate. And I know a lot of you probably on this call have heard of noni, okay? You've been exposed to it before, so you want to know why Atomy noni. It's unique. Trust me, it is very, very unique. And you heard the testimony about the blood pressure. So, you know, if it's helping your blood pressure, that's not an isolated thing. That means it's helping your body, okay, to be healthier. So let's get into what makes this one so unique that we want it. And you see that glass bottle, that's a big thing. That's a big deal right there, okay? So first of all, it's 100% organic. That's the best. Atomy has their own farms out in Indonesia. It's on Java Island. We know where it comes from. So this isn't just somebody didn't just go through a neighborhood and find some fruit in somebody's backyard. This is 100% organic, okay? It is going to be enriched. We're going to talk about how this is fermented and what's added. It's amazing. But 100% organic, okay? Is full of rich nutrients. We know that noni is full of nutrients, okay? But this one is amazing. 100% organic, and it undergoes a fermentation and an aging process of over 1,400 hours. Okay, so the flavor is upgraded with natural ingredients, and an example of the natural ingredients, of course, is this organic coconut sugar. So it tastes good. Okay, there's no artificial coloring, no preservatives, no synthetic sweeteners, no synthetic fragrances. It is pure nutrient for our bodies. And this fermentation process is actually something that's really helping us. So here we have, okay, full flavor. That's what it looks like. You get 32 ounces in this one bottle. And these are the probiotics that are added through that fermentation process. So let's look at this. These are 200 kinds of beneficial phytochemicals from Doni. So, hey, in order to get that, there's no way you can get it in just this little 1 ounce. Okay, 7 types of minerals, 18 types of amino acids, 12 types of vitamins, all in this one little fruit. Polyphenols, we talked about that earlier. And this is just a comparison to give you an idea of the comparison. 140 times what you would get from a tomato. In other words, you couldn't do it. You would have to eat 140 tomatoes just to get what's in this one little ounce of noni. So the concentration is unparalleled. Okay, we talked about the farm, and there's a process. It's harvested directly from the farm. They wash it, and they remove the stems, and guess what? They freeze it. It's flash frozen. That means they freeze it right away and send it to the factory in Korea. Once it reaches that factory, it's under strict quality control. This whole process is controlled. Okay, here's some of the processes that it goes through. Okay, they only collect the ripe fruit from their exclusive farm. Okay, they're removing the stems, washing it 3 times. Then you're removing the moisture and flash freezing it, package it, keep it frozen, ship it to Korea, inspect it, okay, and then it's accepted to be processed. Now the fermentation, 1,440 hours of fermentation, because we have found over the years that when we ferment the fruit, it causes other nutrients to form, which were not there in the beginning, okay? So Atomy has a complex of 7 probiotics that are added to the noni while it's fermenting, okay? That's like you hear sourdough starter, just think of it like that. We are adding these probiotics in the first round. And then the second round is when you have the coconut sugar and this AON syrup that's added. So it's 2 rounds of fermentation to get to this point. Then, okay, remember, no added coloring, no synthetic, no preservatives, all natural. They're adding the coconut sugar, so it tastes great. Calamansi, which is a little fruit similar to lemon, kumquat. This is in that citrus fruit is added, and the organic maltodextrin. And this is a special maltodextrin that comes from Austria. Okay, and so it tastes great. Trust me, I'm very sensitive to taste, and this noni tastes great. Okay, so now these are some of the certifications. It's been studied, it's been researched, it's certified that it is what we say it is. These are some more of the different awards that have been awarded to this product. And here you have your points. It has that PV they were talking about earlier, and your member price of $57. And you can't beat that price because you're getting organic, concentrated, fermented noni. So this isn't just noni juice that we're used to over the years. This is a different product altogether. So we are fortunate to have this product. So that, I think I have covered the 4 products. So I'm going to turn it back over to Pastor Bernard.
Okay. Let's see here. We're going to stop sharing at this time. Alrighty, because at this time, we're going to prepare to bring on our holistic doctor on this evening, Dr. Wiletha Williams. And right now, Dr. Wiletha, could you unmute your mic? There she is, Georgia Holistic Center.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Okay. On this evening, first of all, we thank you, for the presentation on this evening. And we just want to, reach out to you on this evening. If there's anybody have any questions, are you open for some questions on this evening, Dr. Wiletha?
Yes, sir. I'm ready. I am ready. I'm willing, and I'm able. Hey, and if we don't know the answer, we will find it for you. So go ahead and let's get into it. I know you have some questions.
Indeed. So Nick, let's keep an eye on those hands raised, and there might be some that's in the chat. There is a hand raised.
There's a hand raised. Miss Williams.
Okay. Hi, my name is Tanisha. I have a question about the him. I've been diagnosed with a chemical imbalance, and I hear voices. So I've been using the him for 2 months, but I still hear the voices. So I wanted to know what else can I do to stop the voices.
Well, yeah, that's a very, very, very comprehensive question, and we actually will have to dig in a little bit deeper into what other options that you would have. But the hemohim is a very good first step, and I would say definitely you want to add the noni, which we talked about earlier, and the probiotics, because these all have something to do with that balance. And personally, I would say look into getting the omega also, the omega-3, which is essential fatty acids, which is very, very important. But we can look into the details and get back with you as an individual consult.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for your question.
Okay, we have another that raised their hand. SM. You can unmute your mic. Is that Gabby?
Thank you.
Gabby.
Just thank you, sir. Just I was writing the recommendation for Tanisha, omega-3, hemohim, noni, and what else?
Probiotic. The probiotic.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Probiotic. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hey, Mr. Strozer, there's 2 questions in the chat. One is a person that is on dialysis, what do you suggest?
Well, there definitely want to go with the hemohim. And I tell you what, your foundation is so important. Even with the dialysis, you still have to have all of your foundational nutrients. So you really should get that whole best program and add the noni with it, because hey, we're going to call it best plus, because you want to get that probiotic, you want to get the hemohim, as well as adding the noni in with that plan.
Okay. Thank you. And then there's another question. Is there a cleanse for the vaccine? She might have to specify more on that question. But
did she say, is there a cleanse for the vaccine?
yeah, cleanse.
Sure.
Cleanse, it says CLEANS for the vaccine.
Cleanse for the vaccine. Cleanse for the vaccine. That's interesting. I'm assuming that she thinks that she's thinking that the vaccine is maybe bringing some toxic residue to her system. So in that case, you have to understand that the body only releases toxic residue when you build up your nutrition. When your cells have everything that they need, they automatically will release anything that's toxic to them. So again, you still have to build up your nutrition. That's the point. Build up your nutrition. With this program, this is a foundation and this is a good start, but you're going to need to add some other items. You can add omega, you can add the plant calcium. You're going to need all your nutrients, even the B complex. And of course, we do have a detox tea. So if you're interested in that, but make sure you are staying well hydrated, make sure your elimination is on point. Remember, hydration means you are drinking half your body weight in ounces of liquid each day. That's your water. You have to stay well hydrated. And then make sure your elimination is 2 to 3 times per day. So the body is going to automatically detoxify itself, but you're going to have to give the body a high level of nutrients, which is what we are offering.
That was it for the chat, for the questions in the chat. Does anyone else have any other questions?
I believe somebody said in the chat something about everybody's dealing with inflammation.
Yeah.
Oh, well, your answer is to go ahead and get that organic fermented concentrated noni, because that is one of the ways to soothe inflammation because of the polyphenols that are in there. That is what really, I can't stress that enough. Add that to your hemohim every single day, and I think you will see that inflammation will be able to be reduced. Remember, nothing happens overnight. You have to be committed. You have to be consistent. Once you get on this program, this does not work like prescription drugs. You know, you have a headache, you take a pill, and 20 minutes later, you don't feel the headache, but it's still there. Okay, it's still there, and whatever caused it is still there. But what we're talking about here is giving the body the basic foundational nutrients that it needs in order to do what it does, which is self-healing, self-balancing. And this will take time. It doesn't happen. You have to be committed. Most holistic practitioners will tell you 90 to 120 days commitment to a program to get the full effect of that program. So you have to be committed and be consistent. So if you're using the total program, then give yourself 90 to 120 day window for your body to adjust to that new program. I see someone is saying something to go 3 times a day. I think they might be talking about the elimination, and you should, once you are, okay, good. Okay, you got it. Okay, good. She says she got it.
Okay.
Are there any other questions or any further questions on anything that we said or anything that relates to health? We are actually open.
See, hormonal imbalance.
Yeah.
Someone just asked that in the chat.
Yeah.
Hormonal imbalance. Well, we do have the Sephora for women. We have the Saw Palmetto for men. Of course, you start with this foundation and go ahead and add that Sephora to this program that we have introduced to you tonight.
Hair loss.
Question. Yeah, hair loss.
Well, you know, it depends on what is causing the hair loss. And it can be an internal or it can be external. So you're going to have to look at it from both standpoints. Are you getting the nutrients that you need? Are you having the proper lifestyle? Because, you know, things like not dealing with stress can play into that. So you have to make sure you are controlling your stress, but you also want to make sure that you are using the proper shampoo, conditioner, and you cannot be using toxic chemicals on the hair. So you want to look into our all natural shampoo and conditioner, which is in the shopping mall. Make sure you're treating your hair gently. And, you know, one other thing that I would say is I would make sure that I am using the Atomy shower filter, because that really makes a difference as far as your hair and scalp health. So you want to have a healthy hair, healthy scalp, and healthy nutrients coming from the inside. So it's both ways you got to look at it, as well as your own dealing with your stress.
And she says, thank you for the response.
Did we cover it all?
One more question, because there's one. Anything for infertility?
Infertility. All right, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, start with that program. And I don't know if you're talking about from the I don't know which side you're talking about, but you definitely want to add the Sephora, or if it's a guy, you want to add that Saw Palmetto, definitely the B complex, the omega. Make sure you're getting everything that we talked about so far. And of course, for women, when you do the Sephora, do the women's probiotics with that.
Varicose veins.
The vertical brains, which of the
Varicose
product,
vein.
yeah, to use.
Okay, start with the same program, but you definitely want to add your omega.
Okay.
The program that we've introduced, but you want to add omega, because that is what actually helps to keep those veins soft and pliable. And I think, do we have collagen?
The liquid collagen is sold out in the global mall at this time.
Okay, at the moment.
It sells
Okay.
out fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember we
But that's what
looked
you
at that
want to do because
earlier.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, because that's what you want to just keep an eye out when that comes back available and make sure you add that collagen because that helps with the integrity of your veins. And oh yeah, I didn't mention that for the person that was talking about the hair loss too. They might want to add that collagen also.
Great. There's another question. What products can I use for curly hair?
What does that mean? You want to make it curly or not make it curly? You got me now. You got me. You got me going. You got me. I don't even understand that question.
We do have, but she's not on tonight. What do you call the hair specialist? Cosmetologist? Let me see. Is she on?
Okay.
Yeah.
But we don't know what the question is. We need more information on this question.
Right. Yeah. Needs to be a little bit more detailed with that question.
Mm-hmm.
What do we do with the curly hair?
We love curls.
I like curls myself. Indeed. Okay. Okay. So we've had to make it more curly.
Okay.
To make it more curly. Okay. Now, I believe I know someone that might have that answer. Look like, did I see Novelet online? Online. Maybe she might have had a little bit of experience with the curly hair part. Or she might have to get back to her studies at this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I see one about chemo and prostate.
Okay.
Oh, someone just weighed in. They said the curl essence.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Carol.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's gonna remember the name of
Okay,
it.
I'm new. I'm new. I've only been here a week.
Yeah.
Okay, but I can't answer that one about the chemo. What was it? They say they had prostate issues. So you want to go with the program we have given you, but you definitely want to add that saw palmetto to the program.
Yeah.
And I would say you want to double up on the hemohim because that is really that's the answer right there to help any type of residual damage that have been done. That's what hemohim is all about.
So you saying don't go bear hunting with a switch?
Huh?
Don't go bear hunting with a switch.
Yeah. You got to be aggressive with that.
Let's see. Yeah, there's another question. How do we'll treat lower back pain? But I think is how do I treat lower back pain?
Okay, well, remember, we are holistic health practitioners here. So what we're doing is we're giving you ideas of supplements to help support your body's natural healing. Okay, so we're not treating anything. We're not diagnosing anything. That's not in our parameter. So what we're doing is giving you ideas and educating you on some of the supplements that can support the body's own natural healing ability. Because our bodies, there's only two things that really cause the body to be out of balance, okay? And one of those things is what we call deficiency. In other words, you're missing certain nutrients that are needed, that the body needs. And even when you have these deficiencies, they can be long-standing because the body will actually compensate for a long time before the actual result of that deficiency is evident. The other thing, other than deficiencies, is toxicity. And as we mentioned earlier, once you build up your nutrition, the body automatically releases anything that's toxic to it, but it's holding on to something because of a deficiency. So you have to just approach it from, we're going to build a strong foundation for our health, and our bodies are going to do the rest. When we eliminate anything that we're doing that we know is harmful to health, because we already know many of our lifestyle choices that are harmful to health, okay? And we know the ones that support health. So we know that you have to have a right diet. You know that you need rest and relaxation. You know that you need to deal with your stress, okay? And when we say rest and relaxation, that means 8
I want
hours.
to know what causes bad breath and then bad body smell. I mean, body smell. What causes it? And do you have any remedy for it? Thank you very much.
I didn't understand.
I believe.
Did you hear it?
I believe you said bad breath.
You said bad
And-
breath and bad odor, I guess.
Bad body odor.
Yeah.
Just eliminating from the skin.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, we already talked about that shower filter. And we know we have the toothpaste. Use that toothpaste and use it if you're going to brush after each meal, then use that propolis green tea toothpaste that Atomy presents. And I tell you what, you'll see an important improvement. But again, you have to use it consistently. It's not going to happen in one day.
Yeah, we also have the Populous spray. Yes, the spray. It's like a
Yeah,
mouthwash.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can use that as a backup.
Yeah. And
But if
then
you're
you want to
drinking,
know,
if you're drinking water and you're eliminating 2 to 3 times a day, that can make a big difference. The probiotics, remember, that has to do with your elimination.
That's great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you for coming.
Nice to meet you. I'm honored.
all right. There's a couple more questions in the chat. Which of the products help with thyroid?
Hypothyroid.
Yeah,
The hypo.
hypothyroid. Yeah.
Hypothyroid, that means it's too slow, right?
Right.
And we talked about that this afternoon, how that hyper and hypo works. So generally, that refers to a dietary idiosyncrasy. Stop eating baked goods, because the baked goods, if they made with flour, is brominated flour. That bromine is something that will slow your thyroid because it will actually take the place of the iodine. So eliminate those baked goods, cookies, and cakes, and use this program, which will help your body to rebalance itself. But you want to stop the baked goods. No cookies and cakes. No bromine, nothing with brominated flour. Begin to read the labels. You see bromide, run.
There's another question. There is a problem with memory loss.
Okay. And we do have a memory support. So use the program, add that memory support product with the phosphatidylserine, and you should see a result. You can also add Omega in that memory program. So you have your best kit, your Noni, Omega, and the memory support program.
Okay.
And the memory of it is local. You won't see it in the US mall. You have to go in the global mall to see that.
Yes.
In the global mall to see that.
Yeah.
So even
yeah,
like the
get
glucose
with the
care.
person.
Right here.
Yeah. There's also another question in the chat. What can we suggest for someone with knee surgery and is in a wheelchair, also on dialysis?
Ooh. Well, you know what? We actually need to know a little bit more about that, but we know that the support that we have in the program is going to give you a better quality of life. But the specifics on what kind of knee surgery and what went on there, I can't really address that. So I would say go ahead, use the program that we have outlined for you, which is the basic, which is the what? We call it Best Plus Noni. Best Plus Noni. But I'm not knowing what was this knee surgery all about. Was it, I just don't know what it was all about. So, hey, you might have to get back and find out what went on there, get some more specifics, and then we can zero in on a little bit more information.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Bernard, if you want to read that other one from DUI in the chat.
This is I'm thinking that it's saying that my customer had was that I'm thinking it might be glaucoma, which led to his loss of eyesight. I ordered ilutein. He was on that ilutein, vitamin C. After about a week, he started hallucinating and having lightheadedness. Please, what do you think might be the problem? He is 95 years old. Oh, someone, ilutein. I guess he was on a couple of the products, and after a while, he started hallucinating. Doctor, for answering the question, our questions. That one would probably have to be a little bit more questions to be, to really answer that one there.
Mm-hmm.
You got to know,
well, you know, whenever you
total
start,
situation.
Whenever you
Yeah.
start a program, if the person is up in age like that, you really don't want to put a big change on them. You start gradually, start with one item at a time and see how they respond to that one item. And then you may add another one. You start, with the lowest amount, with the lowest serving, and see how they respond, because we don't know what other he may be on some other maybe on prescription drugs. We don't know the total program.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you everyone for coming out on today, and I hope it's been very edifying. And my hope is to bring more next week. We want to keep everything, but we want to keep it moving. We want to know about the business side of it and everything. But come back next week, next Monday. Be expecting, and we might have another doctor lurking in the background that we might be able to ask even more information to. So thank you, everyone. And what I'm going to do, first of all, please, let's give Dr. Wiletha a hand clap this evening. Woo, 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 woo. Thank you, Dr. Wiletha. Indeed. I was talking to her earlier today. I know it's been a long day for her, exhausting weekend, but hey, she made it here this evening. She's an humble servant, not only at me, but she's a born again believer and everything. Very sweet person, very loving, very compassionate person indeed. So right now we're going to turn it over to Florence at this time before we say our good nights. Okay? All right, Florence.
Okay, great. I'm very thrilled with our doctor tonight for answering all the questions and going over the products. I'm very happy to hear from her, and then everybody else. I'm sure I'm pretty sure that everybody as well was very content with the whole presentation tonight. Thank you very much, Doctor, and we appreciate you. And then come back for some more. Yeah. Thank you.
It was my pleasure. It was my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
All right, no problem. And we have our upline, Miss Jean. I'm gonna give the mic to her too. She has something to say.
Thank you.
Hey, Jen.
Thank you, Pastor Strozier. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Florence. Good to see you on the call tonight. Very informative session tonight. Yes, Adam is all about products. And thank you so much for sharing all your professional knowledge on this Atomy products. Even though you've been with us very short time, you know a lot of our products. That's good. Continue to use our product. And please share these products with everyone that you know. And also, we're welcome to have you on the call again, because we always wanted to learn more so that everybody can stay healthy. And it is all about wellness and health. So thank you so much tonight. And thank you for coordinating this, Pastor Strozier. Thank you. Good to see you, everyone. Thanks.
Indeed. Thank you, Jen.
And thank you, Pastor Edwards, for all you do. So you're doing great, working hard, and coordinate with all the doctors and everything. So we appreciate you. Thank you so much for all you do. And thank you, Nick. Hi,
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you for everyone for coming tonight. Thank you, everyone, for coming on the Zoom.
Thank you.
So, yeah. God bless.
Thank you. Good night. Thank you. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Pastor Strozier, I have just one quick question before you get off the call. Are we going to keep this Monday night with the product like we're doing tonight?
Monday night was, let's say, was something special with as far as with the product, because we had such a good response from last Thursday. I wanted to kind of share what we did on last Thursday, where we're really into the product with with the different doctors, sharing and everything. And I wanted to, we've gotten so much great, how should I say, people calling, people wanting the health system, the health systems, and with the knowing,
right.
I wanted to just share that so that everyone could feed into everybody else's team,
right,
and probably help them, moving a little bit further in it. But we'll really be going back to the 50-50 on next week. And then hopefully we'll, maybe at the end of it or in between, we might give maybe 5 or 10 minutes just in case if we have one of the doctors on at the time, we can recognize them and they might be able to ask a few questions. But I don't think unless by special request, but most of the time it's going to be, like I say, on our compassionate healthcare providers movement that we have going on.
Okay. Yeah. Let me share something real quick. Well, let's just first of all, let's say good night, everyone. You can get off now if you have to go do whatever you need to do. So you're free to leave the Zoom now.